darlings, how are you doing? I don't know about you, but I think the season has finally changed. It's freezing outside. I have to get all bundled up in my coat. Definitely not my favorite season, winter, but oh my goodness. Look at this resource pack. It's probably one of my favorite seasons, at least in Minecraft, because everything looks so beautiful with the snow. Oh, I cannot get over it. Also, a huge thank you for sticking with me after the disaster of last week. I appreciate your patience, especially as I completely disassemble my computer the evening I need to render out a video, leave all of my project files on the wrong drive, and ultimately need a week to finally get this video out to you. So apologies, but also thank you for sticking with me. I greatly appreciate it. We are going to get right into building a lovely, adorable little A-frame. I was actually reminded a couple weeks ago that I haven't done an A-frame in a while, and I went, that cannot be true. And then I actually went and checked. Haven't done an A-frame in a while, and I'm like, that is my thing. A-frames are my thing. We're going to go build an A-frame right now. So my first plan that I cut out was to do quite a large A-frame. And eventually you'll notice I sort of bring it back in. I make a sort of a tiny little A-frame. And then I add a little chimney. And once I add the chimney, I decide, hey, do you know what's better than one A-frames? 2 A-frames. And the story goes from there, honestly. I love the little white concrete that I use on the side of this build. It is probably one of my favorite blocks. I love to bring it out, and I think it's such a winter combination, especially with the cobblestone. And then, of course, the new Andesite Textures. Sorry, I was like, what block is that? There's 3 of them. I can't get this wrong. The new Andesite Textures with Mizuno 16 Craft for 1.17 are gorgeous. I love the deep, rich gray. Your girl loves a good gray, and I'm all here for it. Actually, if you are playing 1.18 right now, the new Mizuno's update is out for 1.18. It is lovely work as usual, so if you are still setting up your profile, finally that is out, so you don't need to worry about anything. But one of my favorite things about winter is how difficult it is to add subtitles to my winter builds, which is partly why I'm doing a voiceover, especially as it's not very fun to just read subtitles. Sometimes you want to be lazy. Also because the readability of white text on a white snowy background is not the best. And considering I'm still getting things set up on Windows 11 here, we're just going to take the voiceover as it comes. I have been having a catastrophe of a time on Windows 11, and I generally consider myself to be quite a technical savvy person. After all, I dismantled my entire computer and shoved it all into a tiny little case. You would think I would know what I'm doing. Windows 11 has completely changed my opinion about anything working and has greatly reduced my view of Microsoft. It went from rock bottom to the new Y-64 level that's in 1.18, just to give you perspective on that. But we're gonna go ahead and ignore all of these horrible things and come back to our snowy little A-frame. Oh my gosh, the deep slate. I did not know I was going to be such a big deep slate fan, and I avoided it for the longest time, partly because I really wasn't sure what to do with the block. And now I feel so comfortable with deep slate that I'm using it for a roof. Also, people keep saying I'm saying roof wrong. It is a roof. Roof. Roof? Okay. You know what? I'm being trolled.
You should join my Discord if you want to tell me I'm right or not. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm pronouncing roof correctly, because I am. That's what it's called. It's a roof. Anyway, we've already moved on from the roof and we're adding windows inside of the house. I wanted a lot of very tall windows to go with these super tall roofs above us. I feel like if you have a really tall ceiling and you're not going to cover it up and you want that sort of vaulted ceiling look, you need to have some pretty impressive windows. Also, you'll notice, because this is a overlay pack, I'm still technically in a forest, like an oak forest biome. So I do go through and I throw some bone meal, which is why there's a ton of the dreaded poppies. Oop, the background just disappeared. And now it's back. All right, thank you, Minecraft. But you'll notice there's a lot of poppies, and we just got rid of them because that's how I like things. I don't like the poppies there. We do add a little bit of mushrooms. But because this is a oak forest biome, that means all that you're seeing is really an overlay on top of the world. It's not really snowing, and if I toggled the rainy weather, it would not act as snow. But hey, you know what? A girl can dream. A girl can build in her snowy biome and pretend it's winter, and nothing is gonna stop me. We're also gonna add in some cute little shutters, because what house is complete without shutters? And then a little bit of like this little almost dead, like slightly frosted vine is coming through. I love the garden breeze CITs, honestly. When it comes to seasons other than summer, the Garden Breeze CITs like surpass Mizuno 16 Craft. I rarely say that a resource pack passes Mizuno 16 Craft because it's rare, but sometimes you just see these models and go, yes, this is what I need in my build. And it just adds such a lovely little look. Also, yes, I did originally put that's a warped wood door on the house, and then I yanked it off. I didn't like it. I was trying something out, and I really want to add more color to my builds, because honestly, I feel sometimes I default to these really neutral color palettes, like cedar and oak and sometimes birch and some dark roofs, and I feel like branching out is a good idea. It's just every time I branch out, I sort of like shove myself back in the box, like get back in there, because I don't like the palette. Oh, speaking of palette, completely forgot to mention, we are going to be updating the palette generator on my website to 1.18. We have a few little quirks to work out, but the person I'm working with, who is CMAC, who helps me out with the palette generator, sent me some fantastic previews. It's gonna come with 1.18 support. It's gonna come with double block support, of course, for Mizunos. And it's also going to come with multiple texture pack switching. So now, if you are a weirdo, and I say this in the nicest way possible, I am not judging anybody. If you are somebody who does not use Mizuno 16 Craft, you can now use the palette generator once the update goes out with a pack of your choice. I think we're going to support a lot of the major packs, but if there is a resource pack that you would like to see on the palette generator, just reach out to me on my website through the ask box. It should be in the sidebar, or in a Discord channel, just sort of yell at me. We take it very informally on Discord, despite having almost, I think, 11,000 people in my Discord at this point, which is so cool. The cool part is having, 11,000 people, not that 11,000 people are here for, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. We like Minecraft over at the Cat Cafe, and it's now winter. So if you want cool winter vibes, you should check us out. Speaking of cool winter vibes, the fireplace. Oh my gosh, with the little stockings from Mizuno's. Every winter I get to bring these out for 1 month. And I relish in every single build I can do. And adding little garlands and little, what are those wreaths called that go around a candle? I cannot remember right now. There's a Lego set as part of the new Target collection. And I almost bought it because it has that same candle with the wreath around it that I just put on the table in the kitchen. You can't see it on the screen now because I'm terrible at camera angles, but I almost bought that because there was a Lego version of that as part of the Lego / like Target collection. Lego X Target. I don't know. What do you call that? A collab? Sure. There it is. There it is. It's coming back on camera now. There it is. They had a Lego one of that and I almost bought it, but I cannot justify a $35 Lego wreath. I don't know how that would stay together, especially because I'd want to display it, right? And you can't display that. But what is adorable is, oh my gosh, we're throwing a little writing desk in the corner. It's not as intensive as a couple builds ago where I just threw all of the paper on the floor. I'm trying to restrain myself. It's just a tiny little writing desk. And I think it looks so cute right by the Christmas tree. And I don't know about you and your traditions, but typically we don't really put presents under the tree, or at least I don't, until maybe like a week or two before Christmas. So I didn't put any presents under the tree, but I think the next build will have presents under the tree. But for now, we are going to swap to the bedroom, which I originally was like, maybe we won't do this Christmas themed. Let's try to do this straight with minimal Christmassy things and plants and a little non-Christmas out vanity with a sink. And then I ended up changing my mind and adding a whole bunch of Christmas stuff and fairy lights and everything. So you know what? This entire house is in celebration of the holidays, and we love her for that. We love her for that. I will do my best most of the time to hold myself back, but I think we could cut myself a little bit of slack. We could cut me a little bit of slack for going a little bit crazy in the 1 month that I can pull out all of my festive holiday CITs and then never again use them for the rest of the year. Anyway, other than that, this is a really tiny build, so we're just gonna finish up a little bit in the bedroom. You'll see me completely change my mind, throw a whole bunch of Christmas decorations in here. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this lovely winter build. Thank you for sticking with me during my short leave of absence, as I destroyed my own computer and had to rebuild it, but whatever. I'll see you all next time.